welcome to season 4, episode 3. We thank you for joining us once again. To my left, I have Qiana. She is Playboy Playmate July 05 and currently a makeup artist. Next to her, we have Aries, who is the CEO and designer for Modern Hearts. Next to her, we have Kenia, our lovely behavioral specialist. Over here to my right, we have Stacey, who is my business partner and entrepreneur. Next to her, we have Stoney, who is the co-owner of Stuzo Clothing, which is where we are currently filming at 4751 West Washington. Patronize them. Next to her, we have Bianca. She is a pharmaceutical sales rep. All right, let's just jump right in. So, first question. Oh, that was kind of sad. Let's change that one. Okay. We're just gonna go straight to like left field. Question. These are questions from across the pond. So, if you don't know, the show is now like international, and we get questions from all over the world. So all of these questions are from the UK. So the first question is, have you heard of the new dildo that has a webcam device? The idea is you can webcam your partner the inside of your vagina. Would you try such a device? Qiana?
Absolutely.
Yikes.
Why not?
You would want to webcam the inside of your vagina to your partner?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That was an absolute yes. Aries?
I mean, it seems safer than a webcam that's set up outside, in the bedroom. Shoot,
so
you
you'd
can't see
rather
no
have-
faces.
Kenya, would you webcam the inside of your vagina to your partner?
I'm sorry, that is a sacred relationship between me and my OBGYN. My partner does not need to know what my internal organs look like. She can see my external, they're a lot prettier than my internal, so absolutely not. I would try it, but I would not have the webcam feature on. I'll take a selfie.
This is what my canal looks like.
This is what the outside looks like. Fuck my canal. No, that's not.
Stacey, questions from across the pond. Would you webcam your partner the inside of your vagina?
No. I mean, what's the purpose? I mean, what are you getting from that?
I don't know. It's not my question.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely unnecessary.
Stoney?
I have to try everything once. That's just my motto. So yes,
I agree.
I'm gonna do that, and I think she would enjoy it. Seeing every single part of me. You know what I'm saying? Well, just one time, and that's it.
Just once, though.
And I need to do hers too. So.
Bianca?
So it's a webcam on the dildo. So is there a light? Is there a light on it? How are you gonna see in the inside? You put it inside.
Let's assume there's a light, because I have no idea. I didn't look it up.
Turn the light on, go inside, and you're gonna see the inside of my vagina. No, I'm cool.
I feel like that's like another way to control you though. Like next week she'll be like, why does it look 2 millimeters? Like who are you with? Like it looks a little different.
You don't normally open it up and look inside, so why would you want a camera in there?
Yeah, at the doctor's office. You go play role play. No.
There have been many times where I've been like, girl, I want to get up in your soul, but in your womb is not one of those things that I'm looking for. I'm not aiming to be in your womb like that. I mean, no. Like, why? Who? This is a guy. A guy did this. A girl didn't do this.
That's funny.
Next question. It says, now that America has approved marriage equality in the U.S., from the UK perspective, everyone seems happy and content and have forgotten about other pressing issues like Black trans lives matter, Black LGBT youth lives matter. Why are there no marches and protests for that? Qiana?
I mean, I feel like, everybody's lives matter. So, I definitely, I understand, each category, but, what do they want to have to be done? Like, do they want, different marches or,
I don't know. It's a question. Questions from across the pond. They came from over there. I didn't come up with them, I promise.
I'm just trying to figure out, how, what would they like to see happen?
I don't know. Aries?
Be the change you want to see. No. No, seriously. Again, all lives do matter, but when it comes to Black issues, Black lives matter. As far as trans lives and everybody else's lives, I can't speak for that. I'm not trans, so yeah, I'm not an activist. So
No. Okay. Kenya?
Okay, so you have to take into perspective that the media is very limited in terms of what they portray, especially for LGBTQ community. I know some of my friends that are trans in New York City, like Lee, is actually currently trying to get insurance companies to approve the operation to be covered by insurance. So there are many things that aren't being covered on the media, so it's not all copacetic. There's always areas that could be improvement on and are not being showed, so everything's not all dandy as you may think it is. So there are struggles that are, and movements that are being put in place or trying to move forward to getting more advocacy for the trans community, for sure, especially in the East Coast.
Stacey?
I agree with Kenia. We don't see a lot of what's going on behind the scenes. There could be so many different things that other people, other activists and whatnot are working on, but we just don't see them. We won't see the fruition of it until something big really happens. So I think people are just asking for too much, too soon. Just, let things happen the way they're supposed to. Just give it some time.
Stoney?
I don't agree with that at all. That part that you said, just because there should be fucking rights for everybody, and it's just like, because I was watching something and so my wife about this, and this dude's like, as far as like with race, like we just that what they were saying to Martin Luther King, just let it, just take it slow. You gotta take things slow. What, take my rights as a black person slow? No, like, why don't I have rights? So there's no, let's just jump over this hurdle and then we'll do this, and then you wait for a little while, and then who knows, people are getting killed out there. So that's just that. And there are marches, because like you said, like we were in New York and at Afropunk, and there was a rally during Afropunk about trans lives, and I think right now, like, that's the main the main focus, because obviously there's a broad spectrum, and then there's other people under the queer umbrella that they're not being accepted, and I think that's the new fight, and that like you said, it's just not being televised as it should. But I see it, we see it and stuff, and the fucking time is now. It's always now for everybody to have their rights. So we just need to cover it more, and talk about it like we're talking about it now. So
All right, Bianca?
I definitely appreciate your perspectives, and also when Kenny was saying that everything that is portrayed in the media is extremely limited, especially with the United States. I watched a documentary, it's called Bowling with Columbine, and it is about how the United States portrays our community in the media versus everywhere else, and specifically Canada. So everything that you're seeing that's going on in the United States in the media is extremely limited, so I wouldn't take that for all of your perspective. Secondly, right, there are marches that are going on. Have you ever been to a march? I've never been to a march. However, they are going on, but that's just something that unfortunately is not being broadcast, and maybe we could try to change that.
Yeah, I feel like, they televise what they want to. I mean, just like for like the black community, same as the gay community, I feel like you can only take what you see on the news is like with a grain of salt. It's just because they publicize what they want to publicize. Like for me, gay marriage doesn't mean a whole lot, just because I don't even know if I believe in marriage, to be honest. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's not something I fought for. It's not something that I'm glad that everybody has the equal opportunity for it, but it's not something that is important to my life, just because I don't even know if I believe in it. I see so many unhappy married people that I'm just like, ooh, we can join that crew too. That's not something that I, aspire to. And with anything with black media in America, they don't publicize what we want to publicize. Like, I have a lot of friends who are activists, and they're always writing about it, and they're protesting it, and they want equal wages. They want, black, trans lives to matter, black lives to matter, youth lives to matter. But black people are just on the bottom of the totem pole. So what you see, in the UK or across the pond is not what we're really going through, because it's not something that's televised. Even, it's hard to even get like a rally about, there's so many black deaths, that they don't televise everything. And it is just something difficult that is not going to go translate, internationally, just because that's not what they want to publicize about America. So what you see is not what you get, exactly. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I do feel like it's one step at a time. It's a lot.
Yeah, so
a
I
lot
mean,
going on. So
it's a lot going on, and everything is not up. The revolution will not be televised. That's what they always say, and that's what they mean. So what you see is not what you get here. Next question. It says, I find it sad that people in the POC, person of color, LGBT community discriminate against each other. Have you ever received any discrimination, hatred, or microaggression talk from your fellow POC, LGBTQ, damn, there's a lot of letters in this community, queers, and how did you deal with it? Bianca?
When I was a little baby, lesbian, I was bisexual. You know, a lot of lesbians didn't want to like pursue anything serious with me, but that's fine because I didn't want anything serious with them as well. So I thought that was discriminatory, but other than that, no, not really.
No? Stoney?
Yeah, I don't think I've experienced any discrimination really. Just like labeling and stuff, but not really anything discriminatory like from my peers. I can't. Yeah, like it's usually straight people. It's usually somebody, ignorant people. But no, I can't. Yeah.
Stacey?
No, I wouldn't say that I've ever really been discriminated against heavily anyway, or not to my face. But people are always trying to label me or figure out what I am, who I am. And, I date other people, who look like myself. So that's something that's kind of like shocking for them, especially the black community. You don't usually see two tomboys together. I mean, maybe two femmes or whatever, but it's something that's new to them. So they kind of give you the eye or they have their comments, but they've never actually approached me, like, face to face, kind of like, what the hell?
All right. Kenia?
No.
She's like, nobody's stepping to me with anything. No? All right. Aries?
I haven't experienced any discrimination like face to face, but I know it goes on. Maybe not towards me, but I've seen it in across the community, like you mentioned, like a masculine of center woman dating another masculine of center, or femme on femme. Like it happens for sure, and I do feel like it's more prevalent in the black community versus like you see a white butch with a white butch. Like it's not really a conversation, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't seen it or I haven't questioned it. It's different and it's taboo sometimes. Like it's becoming like people again sexually fluid, or just people are just being themselves and not really fitting into a box anymore. So that's fine, but I definitely feel like it's not just in the gay or LGBT community. I feel like we are just used to judging people across the board, and it's a bigger problem than just in the community as a whole.
All right, Qiana, have you ever been discriminated against or hatred or microaggressions from your fellow person of color LGBTQ community?
No, but guys, yes.
How so?
Guys tend to challenge, especially if they find out that you're with somebody or another woman. They tend to make comments and just say things like well, what's so good about her, and that kind of stuff. So
not in the community though.
No. Not in the community. No.
Yeah, for me, I get it. I used to get it a lot just because I used to switch clothes a lot. So like the first time I ever performed like my stand up set, Stacey was there. Like it went from, it was a transformation. It was like stud-ish. I've been called, see, this is another thing. I've been called stud-ish, stud-like, stud-light, futch. The fuck is a futch? I hate that. I've been called a lot of things.
Not a thing. Okay. Let it go. Let it go.
But,
Where did that come from?
like, so,
Let it
East
go.
Coast.
it's East Coast.
Yeah.
Futch is a femme butch, evidently.
Oh.
I just think it's a really ugly name.
Yes.
So, one day I was doing my comedy set.
Bulldagger.
And in my comedy set, I would go from like stud-ish, like whatever, to femme. So I had on a dress. So one day I was drunk, I was drinking. I went to the club after my comedy set. I was doing stand-up. I went to the club, I had on my dress and my heels. And some girl was like, Eryn, I really need you to pick a side. Why? I'm not fucking you. Like, I don't understand why you need me to pick a side, because I don't have nothing to do with you, really. Of course, she's like, but let me buy you a drink, though. And I find that it has nothing to do with, like, how I present myself. it's about how people react to how I present myself.
Yeah.
So I've had homies who like you know how I'm going to dress tomorrow. Like you call me to dress today, but the next 364 days, it's not going to be like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And for some reason, that's confusing for them, and they have an issue with it. So then they try to project it on me. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, Eryn, you're this, you're that, or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm just me. Like, how you perceive me has nothing to do with how I perceive me. I'm comfortable in whatever. And then people feel like, oh, but you're supposed to be masculine, so whatever. But it's not that I'm not comfortable in feminine clothes because they're feminine clothes. I'm not comfortable because they're fucking uncomfortable. Like, I give all praise to feminine women because I'm not wearing no heels. I'm not going to titter-tot down the street. I'm not trying to worry about crossing my legs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do any of that. So I do get it a lot just because back in the day I used to switch a lot. I haven't in the last couple years. Like 2 years exactly. Before 2 years, you don't see me either way. There's no telling. But I mean, like, even like in job interviews, people are like, oh, do you dress with like a tie and a button down? No, I'm trying to get the job. Like, being gay is not the be all to end all. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get my check. I'm trying to get some benefits. You know what I'm saying? So if I need to wear a dress and some heels to my interview, I'm fucking wearing that. Trust and believe. Like, I need to get paid. Like, y'all don't pay my bills. You know what I mean? So I get discriminated against a lot just because I don't really care about gender roles and all that kind of shit. I'm just trying to be me and live my life. So it has happened, but it doesn't really affect me much. Anyway, so continuing on with questions from across the pond. Somebody said, what are your thoughts on long distance? Where is too far? Will they work or will they last? I'm gonna start with you, Bianca, because I know you used to be in one.
I did. I don't like long distance relationships. However, I was in one very temporarily, a couple, like 7 months. And then she ended up moving to LA. So, but I mean, what is too far? Ooh, I mean, if I can't go to you by plane within a weekend, I feel like that's way too far.
Okay.
But I mean, whatever.
Stoney? What are your thoughts about long distance? Where is too far? Will they work? Will they last?
Well, yeah. Long distance relationships. So we were in a long distance relationship before we moved here. I moved here, then she was there for 6 months. There meaning New York for the audience. So anything for me, I think too far is out the country. If it's out the country, it's too far. Even on the other side of the country was way too far for me. You know, I did like that period, I gotta say, because it was like there was this intensity, this longing, this like, you know, this like we discovered a lot of Skype sexing. It was a lot of stuff that we did that I was like, ooh, like, and then when we saw each other, it was like, you know, it built that, you know, yeah.
Je ne sais quoi, I have no idea.
Yeah, all that. That's what it built. So it was good. Now, it's good for a while though, I gotta say. You know, I can't take too much of that. So if we were still there, we wouldn't all be here right now. We wouldn't be. Because at the end of the day, I need that, like, I need the person, I need the intimacy, I need, you know, like the 24/7. I need that, you know. So it can, like, you know, it can work, but for so long, for me personally. So that's that, you know.
All right, Stacey?
I agree with Stoney. It only works for a certain amount of time. And if you're a needy person, it just won't work. I couldn't personally do it. At some point, someone has to move somewhere. You either have to come here or I have to go there. And being now that I have a kid, I'm not going anywhere. So, and I'm not dragging my kid on an airplane every weekend to come see you. Or
don't take my goddaughter anywhere, I have to kill you.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna put my kid through that. So, and yeah, definitely not international waters. That's for sure.
That's a whole
Kenya?
Yeah.
I have to be able to drive there, like at least an hour or two, no more than that, because I don't have to.
Damn, an hour or two.
I got to have it. Shit,
Yeah,
fuck that.
like I need to be able to get there. Like if there's an emergency, I need to be able to drive there within an hour or two, and that's okay. Like anything further than that, I just don't have the attention span, or the patience, or the emotional capacity to deal with something that's not tangible. So yeah, about an hour or two distance.
An hour or two of driving. So you can't even date somebody in Vegas. So not even a 30-minute flight.
No, it has to be within the same state.
Right.
I used to get
City or
to
something
in case of time. No.
You could be in traffic for
No.
LA to Long Beach.
Hour or two.
I'm just.
LA to Long Beach is too far.
I'm just playing. No, I mean, I feel like it depends on the person and the people. because for me, I mean, in the past I've done long distance, but at the same time, for only a certain amount of time. Eventually somebody does have to move. But I also feel like it depends on like what you're doing in your career, where you like, because there's a lot of careers that require you to be away from who you're with. And I feel like it depends on the people in the relationship, because you have to be okay if your partner is a world traveler and that's part of their job and their bread and butter. You have to be okay with if they're going to be on for 6 months on tour or 3 months on tour. Everybody can't handle that. So for me, I'm cool by myself and doing my own thing, but at the same time, like, I need to be able to see you and get to you. So at this time in my life, like, not LA to Long Beach, that's not too far, but yeah.
She's saying an hour.
Only for a certain amount of time.
All right.
It doesn't matter where you are, but like 6 months max. I couldn't take it anymore.
6 months. Girl.
That's too long.
I said an hour too. She said about 6 months, girl.
I'm talking about like if I just met you, like not like in a relationship. Like
if you just met me and I have to wait 6 months, no.
No. We can't wait 6 months to see each other.
That's like the other question.
I can't. 6 months you're in your space and I'm in like you're across the world and I'm doing
across
me.
the world. 1 to 2 hours travel distance. That's it.
All right, Qiana.
Cool.
I'm currently in a long distance relationship, so I mean it works for me. Because I'm very independent. Like I get up and go. I go do my own thing. It works. I mean, she's in Vegas, so as long as there's not a lot of distance. I mean, I can drive there or fly there or whatever. It works. I mean, we try to, make our schedules coincide to where we can both, see each other at the same time and stuff like that. So it works. I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. I'm with Kenia. I don't even know if an hour to 2 hours is enough. I think that's still too far.
Really?
LA to Long Beach is too far.
Oh,
I need you to be very geographically desirable. Like I need you within 30 minutes in LA traffic. So that means 7 miles. Like I'm not, no lie, I did a long distance relationship before. And then I ended up moving up there out of state to be with somebody, and they just were such a fucking liar. And I didn't have no fucking clue because they were so fucking far. And then I moved up there into hell. I moved into hell, like literally like brim fire. Hell was Portland. Oh, no. Hell was Portland. So like
Portland, Oregon.
I have moved for my friends, my family, and I have a lot of friends and family, a lot of them. Because I've been going out since I was 17 in the gay community. I had a lot of them. And it was hell. Like, I was just like, what? There's no black people up here? Wait, there's no black lesbians up here? I'm just like, it was just me and her. And I'm just like, and she was shady as shit. And so I'm just like, I just don't trust enough to know that you're telling me the full story of what's going on where you are. Now, if you're in LA within 5 to 7 miles of me, I know what's going on because my friends will call me. So Eryn, I saw such and such at such and such, and this is what they were doing. Not that I need that, but I need to know that you don't have a whole fictional life that I'm walking into. You know what I mean? And I tried dating somebody else who lived across country, and I have trust issues, so that's just me. But no, I'm 30 minutes. 30 minutes in LA traffic. You got a 7-mile radius to make it with Eryn. That's what it is.
It's not even about that. Like, even as being independent, a woman has needs. I'm sorry. If I can't get to you within a certain amount of time period.
Get to you or get to it.
20 minutes.
It's all one. If I can't get my needs met within a certain amount of time, it's just not good.
Evidently 1 to 2 hours.
1 to 2 hours.
1 to 2 hours.
Driving distance within a 7-day span.
I'm with you. You're the closest one in time to me on this whole panel, so I understand that. All right, so since we're talking about partners, the next question from across the pond is: you and your partner are both extremely busy. Is it okay to schedule sex, or does that take away from it? Qiana?
Yeah, I'm not a scheduler at all.
No, but you guys are extremely
I barely
busy.
make it to jobs on time, so no. I'm not a schedule. Yeah, that takes away from it. I mean, it just does. Unless, I mean, you know, we are like drinking and all that kind of stuff, then.
So you need to schedule sex and shots.
Yeah, like it'll be more natural, but I'm definitely not a schedule. Like I can't know that. Okay, at 8
You do
o'clock,
know you look like walking sex, right? I'm just saying.
I can't know that at like 8 o'clock, okay, we have to have sex. Like between 8 and 10, we need to have sex. No. Like I can't do that.
All right, Aries.
Same. I can't schedule. We got busy schedules, but we still got to figure it out. And I don't want to know when. Like, just make it happen.
Spontaneous.
We're not
still.
about to schedule a session. No.
All right, Kenia, you guys are both extremely busy. Is it okay?
It's not gonna be the same.
Is it okay to schedule sex?
I wouldn't label it that. Like, I would just schedule time with the person. That's what it would turn into, pretty much.
Yeah. You would schedule time with them, but
Time
eventually.
with them, yeah. But I don't want to say, like, okay, I'm going to see you from Monday to Tuesday, and that's going to be sexy time. No, it's just going to be sexy time when I see you. That's it.
Oh,
like,
anytime I see you.
It can happen at any time. I don't want to say from this time to this time. No, that's stupid.
Okay. Stacey, sexy time.
I do think that scheduling would take away from the sensuality of it, and it wouldn't make it as exciting because you know it's going to happen. You just kind of want it to be a little spontaneous. But at the same time, if you guys are busy, you do need to, schedule some quality time. I wouldn't necessarily call it like, okay, 8 o'clock, we're having sex. Disguise it some other way. Turn it into like date night where you guys go do something, and then eventually, between that 4 hours you guys have together or whatever the case, you make it happen.
Yeah, role play.
But yeah, I mean, don't just go straight to it, because then you feel a little pressure. Like, oh my God, we only have like 30 minutes. I need to, do my best, and
I gotta make myself lubricate right now.
Right.
Stoney.
Well, me and my wife have sex every Wednesday, 7 to 7:30. Sometimes 7. No,
Y'all are lying.
that's why you can't come over on Wednesday. No,
Sundays now.
I'm just gonna. That was like leading into no. Don't you ever schedule sex with anyone. That's just unsexy. It's not cool. Just don't do it. No.
Bianca?
That's it.
Yo, that's hella awkward. To schedule sex, like your phone goes off, it's like sex time. And then you have to go, like, and then what if someone misses it? And then it's an argument. Like, that's crazy. That's hella awkward. Yeah, like Stacey said, just like disguise it to like date night or something like that if you're hella busy, and then try to orchestrate it that way. I wouldn't schedule sex specifically.
No, just sexy time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about scheduling sex. That's never happened in my entire lifetime. But if it's been like 2 days and there hasn't been no sex, on day 3 it needs to happen. So that's not a schedule per se, so much as a quota. Make it happen. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, but do you say that to the person, or do you just?
If they're with me, they should know better. The drive is high. I'm just saying. Since we're already in the bedroom, the final question was, what are your thoughts on BDSM and when is it too far? We're going to go to my right, to Bianca.
What is BDSM?
Right.
It's like bondage and submission. And I only know the bondage part.
I thought it was S&M.
They tie your ass up.
Right, we're going to go with that. They tie your ass up. What are your thoughts on BDSM? Yes.
Dominant.
So what's going too far?
Yeah.
What can you
Wait a minute, it said, what are your thoughts on it and what is going too far?
I definitely appreciate a little creativity. What's going too far? Ooh.
Bruises.
I don't mind the tying up. I don't mind any of that. Just like, don't hurt me. Like, don't like beat me up. Don't punch me or.
That's abuse, isn't it?
No, one time I was slapped. It caught me so off guard. It just slapped like hard, and it kind of hurt, but it was like you're in the moment, so you can't stop.
What'd you do?
I just really was shocked. Like, I was so shocked, but it was so crazy, bro. Oh my God.
I'm a bro.
That's going too far. Like, don't hurt me. But other than that, whatever.
Stoney.
Oh my God. I'm with you on that. I don't even like pain. Pain is not really pleasure for me. I'm really like a gentle, touch me softly. So, like, that's just me. Yeah, but handcuffs and maybe a little light spanking, maybe. But no, there's gonna be none of that. Or I like little candle wax or something. Maybe that's not even a part of it, because that probably sounds a little too soft for that. But no bruises, no punches, no whips, unless it's like, and it probably defeats the purpose. Because me, I like light. So why even have it? I don't, so yeah. So I'm just more. I would watch, but I would no.
No. Stacey?
No, I'm not really into all that. I mean, maybe a little biting, maybe. A little biting. Anything outside of a little biting, or maybe like a gentle choke or something like that.
I like a little choke. Come on, choke.
Yeah. But anything outside of that is too much. That's not my thing. I mean, I don't like it rough like that. I don't want any bruises. I don't want to be sore. I mean, right? No.
Can you wait?
I'll pass. I did that in high school.
Oh no!
I loved it in high school. I'm very. Okay,
I don't know what high school she went to. I didn't go there.
So I had Chelsea, honey, New York.
Oh yes.
So I have what you call sensory dysfunction. So I don't feel pain as intensely as other people do. So I'm very heavy-handed, or like I don't feel. Hence, I don't feel.
So you like a rest.
So it doesn't bother me at all. Choking, biting, restraints, ropes. Stuff like that doesn't bother me. But I did that in high school. Yeah. I outgrew that. But it's fun.
You outgrow that.
Like I still have restraints on my mattress, but like no. I stopped doing like all those combination knots. That takes too much time.
No
mattress, but you know.
No combination knots over there.
Sailor knots. No, I stopped doing that a long time.
I don't know anything about knot names.
No, I do the Velcro ones. It's easier. It's just already there. No.
Wow. All right.
Like I like it, but it takes too much effort. I haven't done that in a long time. I don't mind it at all. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt me. So.
You're gonna have a lot more inboxes. I see your DM.
She's like, catch me in the next
So it all depends on the person you're with. Because if you're really open with that person, then anything goes for me. Like if choking, whatever, it feels good, I go with it.
Anybody see
Or vice versa.
Anybody see her?
What's too far? What's too far?
No fisting, no like.
Fisting?
Well, that's part of S&M, honey.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that. Keep
no
that.
No fisting, no like. Nothing bigger than
a whole fist in there.
Nothing bigger than like no, nothing too big. Yeah.
So they can beat you, but they just can't fist you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if it's nothing too big.
Okay.
Like a finger and
Punches,
okay, or
all that.
anything
Right.
fits that.
So they can just punch you in your face and you good.
They ain't gonna punch me in my face.
We ain't having all that.
No, like okay, so think about it, like choking, biting, scratching, stuff like that is okay. But punching, no. Slapping is okay. It depends on the person.
I love it.
It depends, like, cause it also depends if I'm doing it or the other person's doing it.
It's about to go down in your DM.
You know what?
Aries.
For real. That's just funny.
So many questions.
Me too.
This is funny. I can't even like. Hold on. So, okay, my thoughts on it. I'm cool with it to a certain extent. I can do the choking and the spanking and the biting, scratching. Anything like bondage shit? Nah, I don't trust it. I don't trust people.
If you're with a partner,
you're not gonna do it to me.
So if you're with your
not
partner,
gonna like handcuff.
you don't trust your partner like that?
No.
Okay. Damn, Qiana.
No, but it's cool. Yeah, but no.
It's cool, but no.
No punching, like no violence. No.
It's all peace. It's all peace sex over here. Okay.
Long
no.
as
Over
You can pull my
But it's cool. I like it. I'm a freak, so
You a limited freak.
I am.
Just put a gag ball on
Not
it.
limit freak
I
though.
have a freak with limits.
Freak with limits.
You used a gag ball before?
Not on myself. I've used it on other people. Yes.
God.
You should
They
try
have
it on
like
yourself and see how that feels.
crawling, like jokers, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said back in high school.
Floggers, yeah.
She make you want to try it, right?
No.
Qiana?
You should. I love all of that. I mean, I don't necessarily, I'm not I don't bruise easily, and I don't, I
What's
don't
that
want
melanin
bruises
magic?
afterwards, so yes. But I'm open to all of it. Like, I like it.
Receiving and giving, or just receiving? There's a difference.
Both.
There's something about sexual autonomy in terms of both.
Yeah.
Like being the submissive and being the dominant.
Yep.
It's cool.
Because you have to have a relationship with the person that you're doing it with.
It's
Yeah.
true. It works sometimes.
And it's all part of sexual fluidity.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
That's when it works to
I'm
your
fine with
advantage.
it. I don't necessarily,
Yeah.
I don't shy away from it. I mean,
Especially with that ring.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not with that shit. I'm like, have I tied somebody up before? Yes, I have. When I let somebody tie me up, I'm with Aries. I don't trust people like that. No, I don't think about it. It's not on my list. It's not on my repertoire. It's not what I'm looking for. So I don't think about it. As far as too far, anything where I lose control is too far. I'm not about giving my control away. Maybe that's why I'm.
but that depends on who
Yeah.
it is. Like,
You need
if
to
it's just like a one night stand or something, like, absolutely not. But
No. I'm not giving my control to my partner either. And if
Talk
they're
about 8 shots later.
and it's funny. I think it's sometimes for me it's like a power. It's like a power struggle a little bit.
But that's also a turn on.
It's a turn on
That's
sometimes.
part of it.
I had a partner who was very aggressive. I date usually aggressive people. Sometimes. If I date femmes, they're more aggressive. If I date studs, they're not so much. This femme girl I was dating for like forever. When I tell you I put some restraints on her, she broke them. Cause she didn't like to be, she didn't like to be restrained either. She was like, I'm gonna try, and she was like Superman, hero, power woman. It was like, no, pow, like play. She broke that shit. I got my tie. I tied her up with my tie. My tie didn't break. It was awesome. But I don't know. Something about relinquishing that power. I just haven't gotten there yet. I'm not saying that maybe it'll never happen with a partner, but it hasn't happened so far.
Yeah.
So BDSM is not in my thoughts. But how far is too far? Anything where I feel like utterly powerless is a
I can
problem.
get with it.
it is.
So anyway, so that's been episode 3. Thank you for all the questions from across the pond. We appreciate all of them. Next time you see us, we will be taping in New York with a brand new cast, brand new personalities, and we hope you join us for that. If you want to submit questions, send them to info@thelezfactor.com or thelezfactor.com. Thanks for joining us, season 4.